So today what we're going to talk about, I'm going to get away a little bit. Mark's Marvelous Masterpiece, that's my place. Find it on Hip Camp, Facebook, Instagram. Facebook, Instagram, you know, follow or like those pages at Mark's Marvelous Masterpiece. You can rent campgrounds here from me, 2 of them. There's 2 spots to camp, let me put it that way. I have 30 amp with water hookups on each one of the sites, located in Mobile, Alabama, just off the Dog River, Perch Creek if you'd like. But anyhow, this is my place, and again, hopefully this year will be 2022, beginning thereof. This is January 2nd, so hoping to do bring it to market with Airbnb as well as Venmo, or VRBO, I'm sorry. That's what that story is. But part of the equation is I have been remodeling my entire house, pretty much. So the place is a little bit of a mess, but this is one of my newest projects that I'm going to be starting on is going to be making furniture, because the price of furniture is ridiculous. So I'm not a professional woodworker by any means, but we're going to see how it goes. Total amateur. So there you go. Don't beat me up, people. Or you can, I don't care, whatever. I just, you know, whatever. I'm telling you out front right now, I'm not a professional, so it is what it is. It's just anybody can do it type of a deal. So this is my new planer anyways. A Rikon, I believe it's an 8-inch with a helical head, which is nice. So there it is. It does extend out. It has these little feed ramps that extend out. This kind of a product right here. 10 inches, fore and aft, if you will. And again, it is an 8-inch. It has loosened the deck height here, and then you make your adjustments here. Pretty clearly marked in 64ths of an inch, actually. Yeah, 64ths of an inch, and then you can even go 128 pretty easily. And then what, 2/56 of an inch, but and it opens all the way up to about 1/8 of an inch if you want to take 1/8 of an inch of wood off at a time. So the reason I'm getting this, yeah, again, making the furniture. So that's what I'm going to do today, is I'm going to make my furniture here. But I wanted to let you all see the first uses of this particular planer. It's the 8-inch Rikon, or however you want to pronounce it. I don't know. I'm an amateur, so it is what it is. Safety first, though. Anyways, so we're going to do that and run some boards through there. Well, I'm going to run 2x4s through there. 2x6s actually is what I think I'm going to be running, as well as a 4x4, a couple of them. So once I get the beds cut down to the size using my chop saw, then I'm going to run through there, then we'll start feeding it through and see how it does. Yeah, we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so we're back again, and I have the 4x4 posts, which are going to be the 4x4 posts are going to be the end post for the bed frame that I'm going to be making. Anyhow, I don't know if I'll do that video or not, but the goal of the planer is to get all the wood to be flat. The deck is flat, perfectly flat, relatively speaking. Of course, I'm sure it needs. There's some, you know, people out there that are going to say, oh, you got to adjust the deck and do all this kind of stuff and make sure it's perfectly flat, and that is true. I wouldn't call this necessarily a. I think I picked it up for about $600. Let me put that out there right now. This is not a truly professional piece of equipment, and so maybe it needs more adjustment. But I'm not doing a professional job, and I'm not trying to sell this or you know, whatever. So this is a DIY bed make, and this is something I feel as if you know, $600 is still a lot of money. I don't care who you are. In my opinion, personally, anyways, I'm a pretty cheap guy, which is why I'm making my own bed and doing the remodeling of my house. But anyways, needless to say, I'm not trying to make professional stuff here. I'm not a professional woodworker. I admit that. So this is my experience with this, which I'm going to share with you all. Because what we want to do is we want to make all the dimensions flat before we run it through the thickness planer. If you run it through a thickness planer and it's warped at all, and you can see there's a little bit of gap here and not as much of a gap here, what we're going to do is we're going to take it and run passes through it until this is all until these are all symmetrical and perfectly flat on two ends, and then we'll rotate. We'll take the thickness planer out, and since this side will be flat, then this side will be flat minus the snipe, which is what certain thickness planers do. They have a little bit of a snipe where it'll gouge in on the way in and gouge in on the way out, but that's just something you have to deal with. Leave your pieces long, cut off. It's probably the best way to do it, or you can run a piece in front of it so it snipes into the front piece, to the smaller block, or the other block of 4x4, and then by the time it reaches here, it won't be sniping out. So two different things you can do. Again, I'm not a professional. I know a little bit, but don't beat me up, please. Just trying to make a bed here, folks. So, and show you all this tool here and see how it works, and see if it does what you want it to do. I'm hoping it'll do what I want it to do. This is going to be the first run that I have in it. So Mr. Atterbury, who was my shop teacher back in high school, we didn't use, I don't know if we used, these we didn't use push things, push sticks. They do, it does come with two of these to hold it. You can use those. I know, just keep it on top, figure at the back, run it through, keep it up against the fence there, and you should probably be okay. But safety Nazis are safety Nazis, so I don't know. But I'm going to adjust this back. I'm not going to take very much off on the first pass. Tighten it down here. Again, this is the first time I've used it, so I'm going to be a little bit conservative with the way I play with it. I've got it adjusted to less than 256 or 1/56 of an inch, so it should be okay. I am going to pause the video most likely. Okay, camera readjustment, and that's fine. I'm going to forego these. Mr. Atterbury taught me well back in the day. I have faith in him versus anything else, so whatever. We're going to run it through camera adjustment, and again, you think you'll get a better view, and we'll see how this works. I can tell you right now, it needs to. I need to give her a little bit more depth, because it caught in a few places, but not very much. So it's a pretty flat piece to begin with. So we're gonna, let me open this up a little bit so I can be a little bit more liberal with the cut. We're going to open it up to a 1/16, which is about double what I just took off. And we'll see how it goes. Start back over, same piece, always down. on the back end here, we're catching it up here, still right here. Looks like it's got a nice clean cuts all the way through here, but what we're going to do is we're going to pencil a line through here, and we're going to run one more pass and see how much of a pencil line is left at the end of it. There it is, there's no pencil left. So all this plane here is perpendicular or parallel with this plane here. Everything is square basically. I want to do that to two sides of it, so I'm going to save y'all the trouble and cut it there, rinse and repeat, and then we'll move on. Hang tight. Okay people, back again. You have all the wood's been planed down, jointed down, however you want to say it or put it, to where I have two edges that are perfectly flat-ish, more or less, for who it's for. It's as good as it probably can get. But this machine here, it did a great job, really. It's brand new though. You know, helical heads are a plus, I suppose. Being that you can, if you happen to nick a blade, you can take it out and replace that one single blade instead of having to replace the entire thing, which my DeWalt that I just received, same time I ordered this one, which is another $600 or so. It is the, what, the DeWalt 735X is what I believe it's. DW735X model code, thickness planer 13-inch, which is going to be the next step in the process of me making this bed anyways, or this bed frame I should say. But this Rikon, what have you, 8-inch jointer, planer, however you want to put it, did a pretty good job. As I used it more, I gained more confidence in it and ended up opening the thickness at the very end to 1/32 of an inch. It was taking me quite a while to get some of these 4x4, get them to where they were all square and true and happy. So I went ahead and adjusted the depth up to where I could take off a little bit more at a time, and I didn't have any issues doing that. And it looked great and fed great, and it didn't bog down or have any issues. So that is my first impression anyhow. It's pretty, you know, for an amateur or a novice or someone who likes to do things themselves, it may not be pro quality, but not all of us pretend to be pro. So there you go. The end result, I think, will be sufficient enough to get by, not being a professional. But even if you do it this way, in my personal opinion, it's still going to be better than anything you buy anywhere else at any furniture store. And basically my point in purchasing this, I'm doing the home remodeling, so I've already have a lot of the tools, the chop saws and the table saws and these types of things, but I didn't necessarily have a need for a thickness planer or a planer itself. So being that I'm remodeling the home, the house, the new house to me as of a year ago in a couple of days. Building my own furniture was a better way to go than going out and purchasing some stuff that I don't like the style of. I certainly don't like the price tag of. So by going out and purchasing both this planer and the DeWalt thickness planer, I'm going to do that DeWalt next here as soon as I finish this one up. I'm going to swap this out and break out the DeWalt and continue mission here. But $1,200 between the two, and then some. I'm starting out with pine, some less expensive wood to start, my woodworking journeys with. So it'll be good enough for who it's for the time being. But cold weather's starting to blow in. What it just hit. But yeah, the wind's just kicked up. But yeah, so point being, the $1,200 for this tool and the DeWalt tool, which I'll get many uses out of, far outweighs going out and buying one maybe decent quality, probably not even, bed frame. So screw that, I'm out. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to make it the way I want. I'm going to be able to say that I made it myself, and I'll do it on my time frame, and which is pretty quick, and it'll be awesome. And I'm looking forward to getting more use. And then I still have the residual value of the tool itself. If I ever was done using it, I could turn around and sell it and get most of my money back on both of the pieces. So, personal opinion, do it yourself. You're way better off. You're in the plus or better. So did a good job. No complaints so far anyhow. We'll see how it goes in the future, but hopefully it'll be good. And we'll leave it there. Check you later.